Sima Ediasa and Watchy Pepe Kessben 3.3 live on Kessben television. Also, Emraso midfield action Thursday edition. Mamunina Chi Eba program yi also. Tony Montana Transi Edi Manoni Semno Bremo Nafi Edifide no Atwaso Bra before Bye Manoni Semina Mu Ebi Muko Facebook live Kessben television. Uheno na Oshe Amaunia Babia and so and be on YouTube live or Kessben TV star with me live and also and better 30 Ghana cedis na the good phones sort of credit the good phones mamuna kwaba eba midfield action agudemu sem dumi enu ebepediemu mali babada kambari aba translate breaking news no atwaso tentem e ama yen Montana de Tony amra ho na me head wabwa no e ebre amamfo enra Champions League games outdoor ekoso details ni na Montana de Tony e ebre Europa League and so din matches because on the home and so ebre after Joshua your name say of a new trainer the na kasa Tony the details in our no the ebre FIFA council no Ishai DT and omo Ishai Venga and ni dom when you know say na say World Cup no say be if team you be World Cup no as a Venga FIFA omo ahead of global football development FIFA as a Venga and Ghana na on ni dom on pese ya deba 10 minutes FIFA council no trans the and we dim ever since me Tony Abobani na ano na fi class how do some how do in na the home ebebre na bagana be head ekoso and so ewo omaimu ha hatso folk ego hanwa so din the details in na ebebre am the work of Morocco na ko boa kwesiada ebe Tony
award winner
say yeah
nyame adom Godfather na onso e
Yakopadum bibia ekoso kama pa
edenya miase
mzo umiemwa free drada free yawada ekoro na wagum kakra edi amamanfo ane pampi no say we yi tie ni coat ni ade nyina egu free drada yawada ekoro amanfo study wa yawada fiada memenda ana ugum kakra amamanfo esa na ano din dodo. Yes, Yanko.
Well, you met here for a 4 billion to find summer air cost on for close. So, they say, oh, you subscribe, boy, YouTube, Kessben TV, but more than all call my subscribe, and let anytime be a show the bear on the piano. Once I answer a bit, I can message now a Facebook, dear. Kessben TV on Facebook and so called my yes, also like here comment and I will share ammonia and so any chat fan I will show this till 12 and the best of my Papa Duncan Barry and so ultimately I take it over. While my niece and the best shots here Eddie free Ekutukubo and answer boxing Anthony Joshua AJ on it Olenza that was sick Ekokoye and my city was sick so bro not just I know the papa not because say age or states United States of America na ehwe mu no chese onam am gym to gym of gym way na okọ gym B na okọ gym C adan ya or penny trainer na so far 3 gyms and wakọ Rennie Shares Obakano na oya former trainer Emma Mike Tyson the legendary or sound so akọ another gym and Virgil Hunter na gym ho and okọ Eddie Region and also ne gym ho no ma bibia HS onam and opet the best of trainers so bia obetim and trainer no AJ ne career no wadi ntwomienu Inchono for and so ain't Emeka ho. Now Sanka this week here, Dylan White Ekoko against Otowalen. Na Arosam and it's about no Oma calling of Adaya and Dylan White Wakupra na bet na send show than Akwakoyi. Ninan e unsia na oye no enso etimako or say a devastating a hard drain passer. Few weeks na bot no etima baso na ono enso etim akopra afei ana penny for air say undercut only say main box before say baso no omo ema other boxes opportunity mo so timi konkosa enti afei no be decide say be undercut no eno enso ebetima baso na say main box na omo akwal no off no undercut no so omo enso enti en call no off one ko FIFA so ye eno a our Switzerland FIFA meeting no etim ebas the kwani mu tintimban World Cup say Arsene Wenger suggest say yenyi fan 4 years and for 2 years eno yedi mu tintimban pa na am FIFA president Infantino ekasai will meet na say before say on be decide on be jatum say World Cup no ye born every 2 years no just say all parties obia satisfied obia ejutumu pa dia and a World Cup no ye born from 2 years bia and so acquaintance man Gianni Infantino FIFA president and so they are tuja
criticism we have received a lot of enthusiastic comments as well. When you're in the middle of all of that, you know, it's a bit like I don't know, like a referee when there is a riot going on in a match. So you have to try to calm down and have a few people as well who are helping you to bring reason to the people. What I can assure is of our goodwill to look into every potential proposal, because our aim is to make football better, and that should be the aim of everyone in FIFA.
Presido FIFA president any attending kano na or say omo de omo dwuma ne se omo be ma yen football aye better enti ever since Arsene Wenger so just say yen free for his 2 years no amount for abomachi ebi so asoma komapam ne nyina ati no omo betena se na omo evacuate na omo tena se analyze and we said World Cup no 4 years ne boa and I said 2 years no and so ebetimi aboa yenko and Europa League 1 match etimi eba so Emma Patson Daka from Zambia enra or Zinedine Bruta and on kwa ejane now so I share 4 goals. Leicester City from 2 goals down omon I be share 4-2 na Patson Daka after the game was enra na a emotional evening at the Manientin Sama Patson Daka after the 4 goals no on so dia tuja.
Thank you very much. A very emotional night for me, mixed feelings. It's so hard to describe in words, to be honest, but I'm just thanking God to be in this position today, and I'm just happy that I was able to help the team carry the day.
Sandaka from Africa on Zambia and Leicester City yes 2 goals so no and now goals 9 and Leicester share 4-2 enna nenye easy crowd game and so team bass man Dalal Amate and so ebo game last Europa League no and so team win here na yenko Champions League no enra 16 games na team akoso na I'm UEFA first selected the best 4 goals enrichi enra games course no enso team share ye enti go ya ye hwei hwan na abeka say I'm the goal in FFP the butcher of Sarajevo Edin Dzeko share go Inter Milan share FC Shari 3-1 na corner kick na obi fleke ye and Edin Dzeko enso TV tap born Equator net Vinicius Junior share 2 goals 2 days ago against Shakhtar Donetsk na the second goal now of our born Dormin actually part 4 then na bonku na bottle net na no any goaler I'm UEFA for enso team out nominate enti ya Edin Dzeko die no Vinicius Junior de ene ye na go ya ye Kessben TV Navigator goaler or share Liverpool and Atletico Madrid match e course ma Liverpool kochi ATM Atletico Madrid somo am 3-2 sa goal or share ye no enso team enya nomination and afa Paulino enso ebo e de Emma club the din enso and Sporting Lisbon eto Besiktas e ko shomo 4 na ni goal no outside the 18-yard box, born better no one control cry, and no Kelly born Emma born a alternative into more Kessben TV. And the Kessben TV, I'm on YouTube, no go Ben Pa, and Abeka said, I'm F, who vote in Ebeko, Eddie Amahoyan, Edin Dzeko Diano, Vinicius Junior Diano, I'm a Paluno Diano, and I said, I'm Navigator and Ediano, now also a bit at Tuapano, Etim Eddie Amano, and not Chelsea, Esha 4 against Mamo FF. Na Enran. Sad Lukaku could pry to Movana Suku Praye. Na Ibisa Thomas Tuchel sa players say April net saying Yenten Sama Thomas Tuchel manager at the match Chelsea do tuja.
We have a twist of the ankle with Romelu and muscle injury in the hamstrings for Timo, so they will be some days out, I guess.
Yeah. Does that as a coach with obviously lots of games at this stage of the season, does that bother you?
Always. Normally we are in a good place injury-wise. We had only Christian Pulisic out, but we miss everybody. We have a lot of games to play, a lot of competitions. Okay, so now we have to deal and find solutions. It's no excuses accepted.
No, of course. With your
Could pry or no Ekonya ankle injury and Antimovena so Nemazo Konya injury injury to Master say already Pulisic out into no excuse Omonka be as Messino be interpreting Kobamacha selection who a bed in players can also team take up the mantle now team make it Chelsea more and so proud and Jorginho FA man of the match or share 2 penalty goals or Chelsea 4 goals share after the game Yentes match Jorginho and so the tuja.
I'm more happy for the performance the whole team did, because everyone worked very hard, and this is the way that we have to keep working. And this is not just for me.
No, I say we so no say Chelsea because na because and share 4 every game so team share 4 and bad cry into American way ebe mesi 2 players there na the Chelsea ebe try say game on bebobia no enso ebe team share na Arsene Wenger enra ono nso alternative so na Man United come back against club enso every Atalanta na enra Arsene Wenger ebo 0 apaso ebe United apaso pass from 2 goals down ebe share 3-2.
Say they hired the tempo. They played at a much higher pace, took more gambles as well going forward. Overall, they gave more problems to the defense by making more runs in behind, and they struggled with pace of Man United in the second half. And I must say as well that I told you before the game that Ronaldo is a champion, and we see that it's never by coincidence, that he turned up again with a wonderful header, and we forget many times when you speak about him how good he is in the air,
Of course. And we also spent a lot of time talking.
Way Arsene Wenger, former manager Emma Arsenal Football Club Netinenka, Ronaldo and a pinball at 80th minute. So I go no question Mianti winner no Man United enya 3 points and so ofie. Na Paul scores and na also all Sky Sports so also no day Obeka say omo very fortunate so share ye. Nanso okoshe team the Man City big teams now almost show to a bad day so betimi and stage a comeback and na will beat sports. Then some Paul scores or the atuja.
Every win, don't you? The first half really worried me. As I've said before, look, and I get it, and people are going to say I'm miserable and probably get slagged off by United fans, but that's just the way I thought. I looked at that game thinking about Liverpool on Sunday. Maybe it's the wrong thing to do, thinking about Manchester City, because I thought in that first half, United were all over the place. They were disjointed. They had the two midfield players playing on their own. Now, if you do that against Manchester
City, and first of Man United and go you cry. Now, our junior Sunday game and Liverpool and Man United airball. So Man United echo boss first half the send on the first half. Liverpool a good team. So only City airball now first half almost chances where you are team no and you have team as they come back and so Ronald Koeman airball the place now but also a very wasteful chances in the bypass and somebody cry and you have been so no to me a boss and I pick Okonya go no say on Roberto Carlos Abeta 16 goals defenders are and so more goals in the Champions League or Sunday a classical basso Carlo Ancelotti or Siniti Piper and a selection because players no obey a day 81 and best selection against Barca and I Sunday I'm Didi Heman a former Liverpool player or still play fence navigate and was some brutal on good enough say Obeko na can add a Liverpool club no Gian Piero Gasperini Atlanta for manager or say and here and they might for action can you not dianka ghost Mr. Joe Kate me a flow brutal now I'm Del Piero or say Krajivi on Eba because 2 days ago we drew a game on my boy and not any change so some games outdoor and so at me a bounty Juvika cry no more say into be a chest team no banner no and so Eba so what winner in fancy hey.
And then I'll say, Mamma Bede, I'm because surprised.
There be not 6, but we too short. Momo share 4.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. I'm a pay. Ya kasa can be for Mickey one. Then I can Mickey. Then I can be able to say, then I can be on porn. Then I'm porn. Then you can be on.
Sakadi, Kabusame Friday. Because Saturday on the family.
On the 4th Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Who can be behind her? You found Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. I said over to my answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Saturday and Sunday on the family.
On the phone.
Yeah.
So wow, baba. Okay. All right.
I hope some Monday ni hope you. You ask me we try Monday. Ana.
Mema uba kofano.
Uba. Ese sile wako echire.
Anya bi. Uba kofano. Yes. Nyambo temebusa what? All right. Okay. Na lawyer kwa mboafo na bia so obusa senti asma kan no ye no kre se wa obona yire dane wa na no kra na achikura se one now kan no boa no onim kra onim 3 times achi chese na any yes ata no take ma oba studio na onim kra no prensa what is say abona say
me kwa don kan che me da me yen no kai
okay
oni me din komo pa so we do the same
okay kwame I promise on the side in the view. Or need your head will be another. It's true, we account. Come on,
Saturday.
That's what just had money. Who's a sea at net? Then come here, grab off one.
And a picture of the day.
Yes, why did neighbor
Ronaldo, Virginia, that romantic.
Yes.
And a picture of the day, Beba.
So soon you view. I promise I won't be a view.
Massacre.
Okay.
With your book.
Okay.
And yet,
fine for Nina and yet about
there be that. Oh, yes, sir. There be.
So you tea canopy.
Oh,
why not? Wouldn't funny about pay.
You're about to see the obey so because YouTube. You know I need.
Now they say also Sahara Buzam say why.
Papa. From a crime film.
Yes.
Kai. A comco. Ko YouTube.
Since you know a coach or Ghana, And I don't know. That's my man. Why am I? It's kind of one fan to be an enemy.
Oh, your coach.
Yes.
Your coach of Ghana.
Yeah.
Into the YouTube. Oko YouTuber. Picture of the day. Ronaldo Virginia Daromenti. Ye di atuo. Oh. Nako answer ye. Na yemfa airtime no amount. OPK earphones. Aya papa. Wuna OPK earphones ni bia. Anu ne de kasa. Anu ne de tie ndwom. Speakers ni boom. U kasa so ni pakoni jina wo nchen. Sa watra kem na speakers ni boom gum gum gum. Sa bi na earphone tie. Fa sa earphone hye waso. Na tie kasa. Na fa tie ndwompa. Na earphone de ehye waso bebo se na waso agene. There be OPK phones, earphones antisa. Obi kasa uti ne clear aso jina wo nchen. Enye earphones sa de hye waso mu a na APS ewo waso mu ni bi. Quality earphone, quality sound there. And one OPK earphones, Shenson, OPK earphones no, as a box room. Na box no, ya tron OPK. We earphone if moi. Earphone no ya tron OPK. Momo binya waza. Ope papa nato for when chair. Baby a ton accessory bia. Your ton mobile phone accessory bia benye bia to. Awe ya sweye. Nako UC. OPK earphones in there. And your quality. Your number is 0242 497 133. 0242 497 133. Baby abekobiano. Ubenya OPK earphones in the biato. Na woso wetimi akwaku UC. Kel Chaco toothpaste. Shh.
Omugusu mo prepare and kakrabi I so the support to the general debiano okasaya na yen try to be rating mu. First of all, the fact has players no protesting in argument with the referee no e kan imam it doesn't switch the attention off game no more no. More concentration general and more awareness of the situation in free pitch so turn mo mind screen so they analyze few situations has try to comport so much, especially say referee no ye niam ba community at distance I should bono general not yet complaining. One of them who's a foul I was screen so at the time I did nabache our as a mesa by referee just very close to the situation. General decided say on but who said at that point obia ni one more as for player with the exception of player and foul Isaac Mensah. The rest of the players at this time no more take game this seriously. And another one, this penalty call supposedly referee also saw Angie. The linesman was so closer, but when me am center referee no. After say referee no J foul ti akofikoji. No the linesman no exchange one or two words, but referee no approaching rather than say good. None of the Phobian players and the approaching referee. The third one. This penalty from the goalkeeper, referee, no so general. Wani even proud to this situation. Omo foul Kofikoji behind or no nihil omo foul no but referee no yinani and of course Barney at the end of it also. But ni nyina mu no as for players in stay very much composed. Without even complaining in a general about the board. So talking about attitude, I think Hasvel got it 100%. especially players, you know, I'm try some more attention in free game. So, but talking about the game, one thing I've shown so say, defensively, Hasselhoff is so solid, especially more protected, more flanks now. Me can Radio Vuka any fatal area, and those one of those situations, you know, and I also Hasselhoff about fatal. I'm gonna return and I say I recover ball, but almost send the ball ni kwa general honey an issue. So Barnier is in that green box. But as to how we betting any connection to that ball, no, general was non-existent. Another situation, a fatal area, always once and I work for it, but sell for another player, midfielder, what drop a baby boy team, no. But Sir Hasselhoff build it outer. Now, when you sue player Francis Selifu, but rather and Sambotre, and then of course Neti. But Mumi and Unia circle mono, the central progression of Hasselhoff were closed by team and friends and work. So anytime piano, just a Hasselhoff in your player, one with me, I keep you ball on the feet in one team I exited Yako. But the long ball on Nemboa has always who say even Ripa 4 and HSC 4, just single ball, 2 players from Hasselhoff. So some more win the ball back in their own turn. That's almost send the ball in the aqua. General, none possible from Hasselhoff. And Medica can once say, even at some point, Nete one player distribute 2 balls no more. But you know, who said Nankofana intercept here. No more so Ediaba. Nete once again no drop your but deeper. General Obabe. But the problem with this, the presence and I said the absence of Caleb. General no need team. So what caliber or na obejibona your president in ya most of the bit me at the ball na ba besenako. So always all the long balls I has folk a boy no general kwa see anybody in particular. So omobobo no hoping say speculatively ba so be so but ninyina anya djuma from the defense from Nete from attack all of those long balls no general na and work it to that perfection. Now me can we nyina mo na kwa see time one ban here ebeba coach no na ba bedin komo say there should be a change of the situation and the tactics. So even with defensive make us a defensive strength I can want no who say always na Nete a drop but no babeboa. So how for defensive shape no is solid rose no ya juma. So who say back 5 no ho but Fatah could inside and Nete ababeshe Fatah. So defensively na has for any issue and Midika can want in the last couple of games close to 15 Hasselhoff ocean or now bebre and the bina yeshe tia work no. The defensive solidity should be translated into attacking strength general and no na Hasselhoff into me fine. Now Osha the Ekosuma even at the time I has a born in the French or more babesana work for no the distances between a more attack and no more defense in the general number 1. So the only thing to bridge the gap was to send a long ball, but long ball no and ya so look at about 5 players and Hasselhoff but even player no crab ball no e won from you know ejina no so pressing so better what turn it I try so be connected to your other players e ba no say na be recycle possession. Now look at something one player be shan so has folks set up the presence of Radio Voca thinking say ball we over cross but the only thing you could do was to switch off. Now Jonah look at something I will say work team no keep has folks centrally yataka wants them say has folk team no open main strength at 20 person the width ehona abenya Vuka ehona abenya Fatah but work team no ade nkrofo na ba be giran finfin said they are forcing us folk to play through the middle and only the issue no na omo tuloto say us folk use Fatah na so Vuka it create holes e defense and all the finfin so they have enough men to keep us folk undercover and no any idea so at this point Nete possession Tony Mumbo play in quickly. Nete is in possession of the ball but general the options are limited especially at the width. Vuka ni ho Fatah ni ho a local league no has for gon crofo no me no ba e ko ba ne sa na Nete would have to shoot and o shoot
fan for ni no e beto a TV no eso wana e she Ghana shirt no na odi akuti ye pa the Emma Black Stars but why 30 cedis Ronaldo Vedina Daruma ya be chesa adio yi Richard Bukubuatin also you 30 cities and find Chokamiki but YouTube and wine winning.
You know me call YouTuber Richmond Owusu was a Felix Abuaji.
Okay.
Assistant coach at the Great Olympics.
Okay.
Felix Abuaji no the picture by
Onwani.
Aha. Okay. So you coach at the Great Olympics. Into Richmond Owusu Utia na was send it on number na their YouTube. Ida through best send it say Momo and I say airtime do pebiano tete Ghana. It no tete.
Ai, who do guswa? What may you know? Obi bet me use me 1 week. I have about 3 days. I which may use. Be warm.
I'm a born my bonny normal son. I'm a cook.
Depends on syllabus you know.
Yes.
I will want to be
where they say they be also to 1 CD, 2 CDs in a bundle.
Isaac no. 1 CD.
2 CDs. No matter bundle. Oh, I know about you go
Isaac for many power. I remember. Tell your technicians, okay. Kin Bogosu, Akin, who do if you Bogosu, and I'm Bogosu, young Wajma, why? Yes, someone, I'm say, sound, no, Gusu, who messages with you, Gusu pa, Pamuchopa. Zikov Mohammed, and so Abre, good morning. Big congratulations to my Chelsea boys for that massive win over Malmo FF. Speedy recovery to King Luka and Timo Werner. Anyway, safe journey to my Phobian lads as they embark on a journey to Morocco. Allah will surely see them through, inshallah. Work must fall. Hi to Mr. Albert Ayensu Baswa. Motintak Gas Company. Motintak Gas Company inside Ahima Kokobin. All right, Zikov and so the Odibaye, I don't know. Wow, what a wonderful comeback from my team, Manchester United. This is how Manchester United used to be. My problem is consistent performance. I hope we can put up this expanded performance against Liverpool on Sunday. We're going to shock Liverpool on Sunday. Where if he borrows, maybe message out their brain and then pay and so I don't know. Maminko Dujama, Tommy Lee. Nadiwe Abba Adujama. I really enjoyed the Bayern game. The intensity was too high. Running the whole minute, good passing pattern, swinging passes together, precision, timing, and technically a lot of aggression. Hey, we are coach Anna, Tommy Lee. And so I don't know. Joe, I want to congratulate Chelsea FC for their convincing win over Malmo FF. I'm wishing Timo Werner and Lukaku speedy recovery. Nikwe, Uduefi Achim Osenase and Abreye Nikwe. Mensaka on message, Okay, sound of one. Who's a baby eba. Technicians no egusu young word mapa esemo monfanche. Please, United board shouldn't look at the second half of the match and keep Ole, but should sack him because of his selection for the game and the results in the first half. If this had happened between Liverpool and Manchester United, United would have lost bitterly. Okay, Asensio would be a free Cape Coast and Abre and Anopay. Okay, I can be Nubiana with a 4 trans and a head on the Abre. Tough Keen, Adukrum Sawaba. Tough Keen, Adukrum Sawaba. Edward Mendy is the best goalkeeper in the world currently. No doubt about that. Chelsea all the way. Blue is the color. Football is the game. Wishing my brother Fax B successful marriage in his wedding. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry for Abba. I'm here. I'm Tough Keen. I'm happy that my darling club Chelsea won by 4-0. Blue is the color. Football is the game. Chelsea is the name. Tuchel is the coach. Good morning, Joe. Whether they like it or not, Jorginho will win the Ballon d'Or. All right. The free Sawaba and Saka and Opay and so I don't know. So good morning. I like Andy Kemp so much, but for him to say that we should call hard to folk players for national team is too huge for them. It's too huge for them because they've only played 2 international games at home, and you cannot use these games to assess them. Okay, please give them a break. Evans, if you tafo and Abreye. And Kemp, say yeah.
No, I don't know.
I then I was say, but China Jones watching what was not being
Oh, David, you're not drinking. Okay, not drinking. Spot on. Just say one Timasi.
Okay, I want to say a boy about 2 games. Was the friend national
man get 2 games. Roberto Dutour has given a consistent performance in the last 2-3 seasons. Mohamed Alassa, another consistent performer and top performer in the Ghana Premier League. And you know, game against Wakane Kamsa and Kwanam Digna Sokase, Yem from Makanda, and Tommy
from my own zone tafo enye 2 games per na medina so America tinye se na sem na said you chemistry.
Okay, good morning, God bless you and your guys for a fantastic sports this morning. We are in Dubai, so Yano also want to pass through Dubai. House for near Hoyadi. Greetings to the headmaster of Kessben Sports, Mickey Richard Akosiajman Jamasi. I will say,
Yamiadum say you.
Okay. And the Anope Yabefahim, for instance, no,
the English clubs now in the Champions League again continue to prove to all the top 5 major leagues are stronger in the Champions League than all the teams. Again, Bayern Munich say consistency is very key. So person team to go anymore. Into show my lineup no. Ubenya Dayo Pemikando and Kwana Abenya no probably you have no Abenya myself Sabista. Into nyama wants 3 games on my bone. Bob I could rent him dominate.
Okay.
Game no more born and run and need true reflection of the scoreline. Benfica football almost born run. So what is it almost far? You'll be surprised. So we now to almost consider these 4 goals. You'll be surprised, but again, consistency was key in that particular game. Italy for no say Atlanta for no refi or more identity. They tell an identity don't Atlanta for no refi. But the fact of the matter they say Okafor Mark the one who is a midfielder in Palomino and then Demarel. These are not consistent back 3 for Atlanta. It will be difficult for them say on beating and manage game so well. And no David here save Bisedo a save of the week.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Come last weekend. When no minim so be whom man no ya another brilliant save. And Mamu FF keeper no ye save B. Said you another brilliant one. And we saw Alisson Baka at the Wanda Metropolitano. But David did just save for me. Is the save of the week. Tony Yigo of the week. Yeah.
Yes.
A double save.
Yep.
Tony Yigo of the week, I'll go in for Vinicius Junior goal.
Okay.
But I feel say Christiansen goal no said you will say it me 2 goals on the back.
Okay.
Say minimum all Christiansen goal now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel say yes. Christiansen goal nini.
Yes.
Say you me feel say will say 2 adinje kodiano.
Okay.
Yes. For a defender to say go with such technique, I feel say Jeko Dien is
also Christians say me live.
Jeko Dien. Me still say I was say 2 Jeko Dien.
Christians fetch away.
Yes, me say Jeko Dien.
Tony yes, come back there Christians again. Okay. All right.
A defender with such technique said you. Yes.
Wow. All right.
It is about the Champions League and Okoba Hona said you meet me.
All right. Awal Mohammed.
Say you.
Yeah.
And FIFA President Gianni Infantino, Eddie Atuja say the UAE and be hosted the FIFA Club World Cup. Initially, then say Japan withdraw and Okoba Miurim. But Wakase, you best shifted the championship from 2021 to early part of 2022.
Okay.
A honor message in should be Banti Okoba Mishim. And Patrice Motsepe visit to Ghana. Vice President Akachen say they must strengthen the interclub competitions in Africa to make it financially rewarding. I think so. And also, in Black Queensland, me and Kwankoye, Fakota and Yankwai, ewo the Mubulaji Stadium in Lagos. Yakoluzu 2-0 to Super Falcons. And Sejo Koba Zamalek was boosted by Ayman Hefni. Come back now, only the likes of Ahmed Zizoene, Mohamed Abdul Shafi. Ahead of their encounter with Tosca in the CAF Champions League, Ebebasu this weekend in Tiokoba. And also Patson Daka, things you scoring 4 for Leicester City. Free Albury Seisbeck by Nanya Manko in Okoba.
Okay. All right. What me catchy, a do a beer, Nasa, one son, Tikazano. Continue a show, no beer to make us answer. So that's it.
Heated argument.
Yeah, continue a show. Our. Dear pa.
You told me be a West and be a me picky.
Oh, picky.
Be a Wokasi.
I know my picky. Yeah. Why dear, me tell you to say Wokasi went man for Koto and Yankwai.
Yeah.
Oh, Tino Kumasi sa. Tino Kumasi in all your life.
Oh, Mohammed went man for Koto and Yankwai. All right. Boss Akwaba.
Oh, General.
So we have a call.
So maybe patron or a grand patron.
Oh, me
grand patron.
The big boss.
The big boss as grand patron.
The big boss.
But over here, kakra.
Cause what I know how I
and pay them say. And what they name driver see me or see me on.
Okay. Kose.
Was that the do be try see the was aka and say ways but manage it. Everything is fine. Yeah, sure. Sergio, and then 21st.
Yeah.
Per GFA schedules on the 29th. That is Chinechi and Ayawada. Ochina.
Yeah. Was it a China Yawada?
Make us say Ochina Friday. Friday.
Akabe Nangochi. Nasi BBS is Ghana League in the year starting. What is the plans of the FA regarding the commencement? Publicity. Ntimeba, pese mi remuche ahuboabo Ghana Football Association eye. Ebra ye ba be she league yase. As organizers of our league, the first and the topmost brand of Ghana Football Association, Koka Ghana Football Association, Wonan Kasa topmost brand. Our moton Eujama is Nanya Black Stars, the Premier League, then effort and Omoje. Last season, your boy without headline sponsor. Etieba Mibrum, Namashe, Senedema, Isi Ko Ono.
Okay.
Sir. Division 1 for no middle league no boy. Interestingly, Sky FC need my youth and now make it to the playoff. What happens to Omo qualify? You know, very interesting.
Yeah.
There are other issues in the transfer system. Yabana Brai, Veggie Brene, dear Ramsejo.
All right.
I'm say Europe, dear, and the Mabrubu Subia. For me, my comment is that Enra come back no, and you enough for anybody to convince me. Say Ole is the man for the job. No. He isn't. And I think no Manchester United person should be swollen-headed. So I come back, a great comeback. In Tiankoda, Nyankasi team, no way.
Wow. Watching you live inside Pig Farm, Accra, Blackman. Also share live. Pig Farm and crying. Good morning. Even though all siblings from your mother's rival will like you, but still, Manchester United survived. So Kumasi and Teko should stop making noise about how to folk going to qualify. About how to folk we're going to qualify. Sadai, Sas Intreso, that was the Abreye, I don't know. If Steve Bruce is gone, then said, tell me when is Ateta and Oli also going? Because Arsenal isn't playing good football as they used to play under Wenger. Kwame Roxy una di way enso ebre denchira dominance una di way ifri ebre Arsenal team isn't playing good football as they used to play and as okay all right yen fenu so see denchira dominance and now the ifri ebre they are carry kwaba ye di nyina ho se
see your brand ten or the test by minimum time the say be has players be deserve call up
yeah
many are brand ten
okay
as has players now beyond this so most fatal call up especially as a central defensive player now or more be brilliance.
Okay,
these 2 games in Africa is not enough.
Also I hear
consistently from our league. You see the moment you say Obi deserve call up to the national team no now watch any position asho mo from ho etu beka say France Messi no the person o ka kire me so mo from I was a player the position no ugidi say ne o say friend no ya de sen wo mu
and that's o memunti friend.
That one I've never supported it.
Okay,
Ghanaians are Ghanaians. The Black Stars are for people who deserve it at the time of call up. Yes, a big bob bregu kakra no ho the G2 say Black Stars na your team into the way experience they do every on advantage. We here no flu aminyin to muda so bobo Ghana henti your man a preferential treatment. So they be den e be league no asombo na and umpo there it takes them away from our league. So or Ghana in your ball France or Ghana in your ball England or Ghana in your ball Ghana wow we are there in Mfrel and minyin ni say Mo Alasa and then Ado better than any of the center backs are here from currently. No, they are not better than Jonathan Mensah, not Jiku, not Jose Vado, not Amati. Into more Bibrieka.
Miyidi is Andy. Oh, Niano.
Oh, sir, no, me, I know the rank.
Unia. Said all kind of no Canadian.
Okay.
Into young Comra.
Oh, so you're
now can also you.
Come back to a Manchester answer.
Sir,
I've never argued CM through because constantly, I don't think any pundit has criticized the call up of Philemon Bafo than me. Philemon Bafo, Mentia said that. And on no call up by Mkase Nimilune. Until he plays for Dreams FC, he's a local boy. But I can't see him friendly that because I feel he doesn't deserve a call up. But Joe, Makase, if you believe in the technical quality of the player, you have to call him, especially when the player is performing. Joseph Edu has just 92 minutes in Celta Vigo. He is the 4th choice centre back for Celta Vigo. Jesse Moreno, Nesta, and then Abrante Efeni Joseph Fofana. These are the first 3 centre back for Celta Vigo. He is the 4th choice. And so I don't think Joseph Edu that I know, that I've watched, is better and currently better than the 2 centre backs of Hasufuk. Let's not forget, say Mohamed Al-Hassan, if you are talking about transitioner, I need under 24 that Babylon. He was the centre back for the local Blasters the last time he Kobo final. And if the player is delivering in the biggest platform in African football, Joe, I feel he deserves a call up. Said no make Di Maria Deoha. Say okay say Bako Fatau Ishaku that started on the right is not better than Salif Ibrahim. But the coach believed in his technical quality and he gave him the call up. Esa starting in the game against Zimbabwe. Same thing should go for these guys. Opa Fatau Ishaku. Na find compare you players on more change now. So I can say be as a better or in terms of the platform. He's a Division 1 player. But the coach believes in him and he was starting in the game against Zimbabwe. Same thing goes for these guys who are performing in the African terrain. That is my point.
Joseph Edu bought 4 matches for Celta Vigo in the Spanish La Liga for the year 2021-2022 season. Not any of us who centre backs bought 2 matches. Are we saying say and until we are better? No. Hasbro boys, no. Not to underplay their performance. For me, they've been very good. But I'm saying that so if in the Spanish La Liga this season, Joseph Edu enya 4 appearances. Now your league in started anti has players too now can centre backs no restricting to them. Now so about 2 African games in Accra, we can say that they are more active than Joseph Edu. And besides that, Joseph Edu has international experience. When you put the experience in the bar, you see the most experienced player in Hasselhoek back for me is their right full back. That is Captain Fatau. Yenimo Kojra FMB Park and we saw how the goal was scored against Ghana. So he can't do away with it, especially at the beginning. In
the na details there they are Ole clearly isn't that as good as his EPL counterparts in coaching, but the mentality and work rate of most of United team is woeful. Banana anyway abre Danubian Fashion Digital Center Tabora Alaji and so anyway abre Anafi Sunyai Zongo. We sometimes call some players to back up the team by sitting on the bench. So we should do the same to our local players when they are in form. The thing is national cake, so we should share it equally, my brother. Some of the players are are playing outside, but not better than some of our local guys. Anafi Sunyai Zongo, don't so they aba and no. Here, just the first commercial break. Bamjo yeba na very details no abremo. Yen chakra.
Sports.
With Vukani ho Fatau ni ho. A local league no has for gun crofun me nuba. A company sana nete would have to shoot and we shoot to a pot shot and about watching. So always all the time has for the ball no by the sena ko chiri ho ma general. Na very tough. Has for can team pion there to smoothness. Na you nim say come on at the ball ne ba on be no. They were almost always under pressure. Now look at something. A long ball has been hooped inside. Banier and about best serve as a target man, but Osha Banier chia. You're close to the options.
maka ho asem the distance between the defense no and the attack ni mu how do you calculate the long balls no so at this point Fatau ojo say boy ko be box no but the brain nati but general yes analyze the situation bi flank obi ani hodo mo wave na say come create no obi ani hodo at this point and the Kobane Sanwa yeah na very very tough now this my country game way aba said game way was the game they played against Kamsa Makase opponent and force us for them to stay centrally. So look at the wave. This was the Kamsa game. There's no wave. Has to focus force the team and then they want possession back. But how to create expansion for their team was non-existent because there's no wave. And this was the Kamsa game in general. Oh my boy, so I'm best struggle on field because opponent no field and the same thing. And you see what has folk. At this point, oh show Fatau, oh show Vuka the general net is left, you know. They are not creating enough wave for their team. Now, so I did say, so creating wave, how do fullbacks and Vuka Fatau and Alba and Finfino? They were supposed to serve as the expansion for the team, but the Alba and Finfino. So tell Nate to release this ball to Barnier and not the ball Nache.
Okay.
It was a big problem for Hasfolk. And Barnier Babas is here now, general, oh, maybe a blue tower or Honda Barnier. What do you monitor Barnier movement over? I find a Barnier after set a course no Barnier bas Bani coach no chaba catch no how tactically they needed to change up something. So once a Barnier was see how oba baby a Tony Mode Matono Barnier honma oba.
No when you through on here Barnier Tony.
Yes, Barnier I run in the honor.
Yeah.
Barnier no. Obetwani actually coaching even at the time we defended. Now this is the 4-3-3 from Hasfolk. So Barnier is part of the 3 attackers. Mekahosem said the 4 attackers for Hasfolk no general I don't know what screen is on the offensive diamond Ubenya Salifu Ubenya Kofikoji up top Isaac Mensah and of course Barnier also Barnier training you share screen as well camera na de akoshim kakra but one we training here share a coach in front say Samobuodu so after some ball the corner no and quickly or move here one join even the defense but be arrow no train Barnier da sujina ho and what chance of ball we be say quickly no approaching the manager no and I'm promise send the ball no outward said in here discuss no and after some ball we call ya quickly and we approaching the manager just to have a tactical discussion I have a bona basopa
okay we don't know what kind of
yes
okay
and after so Korea obe changes in about pitching so
wow
he was talking about a long ball no economy and it was not working so from here or sa call the other attackers and so was our Isaac Mensah I don't freak Kofikoji we no freak Kofikoji and so me say information on the money coach no and was say the big brand the other partners no ball parking so so on say on na on munsu no and only 2 boys in the that was the deficiency or identify said there was a distance between the attack and the defense so manager no enye obi obetimi agebo na progress the aba and was started say on drop Salifu instead of Nete no bejebo no e aba no so right from here Salifu sended 3 balls into the final third now this is it so this is Salifu now drop here and we're pushing Nete abana just around the center circle now look at the distribution of Salifu Ibrahim as compared to Nete the first one was the one that brought the penalty call so this is explicit ball and send the call box room and a Kofikoji in that connection that was the first baller Nete Salifu started say general or connected instead say Nete so Nete is given a defensive job say unprotected fatal area but look at something after say Hasfolk recover ball no Salifu would define himself why he's Salifu but it came at a cost this season Omeki almost 5 assists Oshego Bebre but Hasfolk didn't get that because he was dropped deep so the creativity part of the boy general was not gotten much but once and few times of Belmuno and Hasfolk can get the best out of him so Hasfolk couldn't create a wave make I want him say Ovuka ni ho Fatau ni ho but Salifu was there to create that wave and that was after Barnier call you know and this is one of the crosses about boxing for them to connect and Isaac Mensah that touch general
I see Marijata okay out of all players no omo discipline level no
yes
can same be said about coach Samuel Boadu konya caution yellow card because referee kala ebe cancel be brace Boadu nye careful careful na want challenge coaches no referees no kwan bia so I don't have any problem for local players calling into the national team because they are all Ghanaians. But my question is, those players Andy has been mentioning, are they better in their positions than those in the Black Stars now? If yes, then they should be called. But if no, then why should they be called? Kebedu, Abiyak, Way, and so Ebre. All right. And again, Mami Shashem from Fru, Yanko foreign kakra, okay? The about local, that's a mode winning room, fine. May allow one with your room. All right, Mami Shashem Fru.
Okay, you know, and the third group phase of the UEFA Champions League. Now, Bayern Munich, Oshe games, Loma Bona, Omuma, Dynamo Kiev 5, Barcelona, Nyamian San, and Romode 4 Cotuaso at the Stadio de Luz in Portugal. Now, Adeba Kwamoma is so exceptional. And no game no boy ni. You say Benfica Momo a very tough time. It is a one she game living as out here who for now. Obeka se match on nerve. But the goal started coming at a minute 70. Robert Lewandowski, Thomas Muller and the likes no said you let the defense of Benfica no were just hard not to crack within that particular range. But Laurel Seni find a way, it may break it the deadlock. Young Vertonghen, Nicolas Otamendi, Lucas Verasimo really showed they have quality and experience. And I branch of Alex Grimaldi, and then Andre Ameda, and then another player in midfield, Jean-Marie Chires, and Inter Milan when had the opportunity to play, and then Manko Yanfaman. But Julian Weigel plays so well in midfield. But Bayern consistency and their experience at this level. So that's why Bayern team now, from Manonuya to Abranti Ayefeno, Kingsley Coman, you can only have Dayo Pamecano Pe and a Baby Rem, or some more games now. Ubetimania Abranti Ayefeno Michel Sabisa. It has always been the same lineup. 4-2-3-1 na openia. You find Junior Legosman. And that's usual our deal Bojuma. But this particular game, and I'm COVID now, and it's on the bench. Dino top Mula, and I need to bench, but again, the same shape, the same style, and who from Bayern Munich, the same efficiency up front, and who from Bayern Munich, and teams in the Europe, and Barcelona check their last 2-3 seasons. Real Madrid check their last 2-3 seasons, check on lineup. No. Manchester City continue to rotate. Liverpool are sticking to their back four, and the team play jogging club at the Abona. So look at the kind of performance on Modema. Chelsea, Enra with Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Christensen back, Obiang with the performance at Chelsea at the Mai. So Bayern and Chelsea consistency have been key, and it is the reason why they've been superior to their competitors, especially when it comes to the group phases of the game. So what almost last season now, same old story goes on the mark. Red Bull Salzburg goes on the mark. Atletico Madrid, and they give Atletico Madrid a defensive side 4 goals at home. And on team at the mom. It's Bayern there. When it comes to the group phase of the competition recently, Manchester City now bet and then Benfica phone now a share in this particular game a team Ebaso with Robert Lewandowski and then Leroy Seni, the Kings for that particular game. But for me, Abranti FN Kingsley Coman was all over the place, and then no another more the bono a pa. Chelsea etimi team FN Mamu FF and with Messi Mount back. Now share how the creativity in Bisiako. Enra, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Christensen, they were no more bump forward in the edge. I will say. Net me friend Mamu any strikers or who beating my Chelsea. Thiago Silva, in as much as a boy as a ball playing centre back, and now as a conventional centre back, acting as a playmaker to play the ball from the fans, no the ball, they burn him. The number of times or the cross was about 18 Bosoma, Utimi Emma Brandt, your friend Christensen, said that brilliant goal for Chelsea. It was Messi Montoba and said, there was no problem for Chelsea. On with me dominate here, on with me translate very well. Carvet, Nancy Nkoye, Basadio Obaba, who performance of the back, and Timo Werner as well. It with Messi back, no problem. And Chelsea again, wire. Also, and people should watch out for them in the Champions League. Game against Juventus, no. And the man Koye, But from that time, you could clearly see a reaction from the Chelsea team, and it is the reason why team team my friend Mamu FF by 4 goals. Near said Romelu Lukaku, a bit me at what because for 7 games now he is yet to score. But unfortunately, and also any man kuya farm man no prior a coach in the frame. We only hope say weekend the matches are bebano obey me about. So it was 4-0 for Chelsea, and they play so well. And again, my cousin English teams, no people should watch out for them. Chelsea are not first in their group because Juventus is a last minute goal. Abrante Fen Kulusevski share Edemom against Zenit St. Petersburg. No bien say game no yetimi upon, but the winning mentality and the fortitude of the Juve team no etimi the room and renee by a goal to nil. And Chelsea end up first, but again Juventus to the Stamford Bridge, and said that will be a cracker of a match. And so Manchester United playing against him in Atlanta, and again Old Trafford say in the last 2 games it has been a comeback for the Red Devils. Game will not start here. So share it my friend Atlanta no Americano. I say it will be unfortunate for them. Say Omunya Ruby goes. Omunya their stand out centre back in Rafael Toloi. But near Shehawa, coach a friend Gian Piero Gasperini, a best set up against Manchester United. Palomino, Demerel, and Mubabe share Chilehono, said who are Jimo boy in the first half. Keeping Marcus Rashford at bay, making sure Ronaldo will not come to the party, and Mason Abrante, a friend, Mason Greenwood was the only player not tried to obey him, BB. But again, Joaquin Mele mad that chance. Zappa Costa who had the experience in the Premier League, mad that chance, and we saw how Mario Pasalic and Luis Morel is a boy Juma. In fact, Messi Abrante, a friend, Matthew Pesena, and then Mark the road Babeshe, the right side of defense in the moment. Now, many Dave Jamom, especially in midfield. But Gian Piero Gasperini said it was only how he opened up and how he set his team, or a typically attacking man team, and said, near after taking 2 goals lead, at the end of penny beating you the Italian identity. Now taking to that ball playing style, trying to dominate and trying to precise and obey the goals in the but obey go for the old style of the Italian football. No about be defend Yana. But opening and defending, okay, he opened up, he was a bit conserved, but not like said the name is him saying the trade back and the change 5 back in defending. And one opinion friend Olugona such a it is a ordinary man tiana or bet me up anymore or bet me hate me friend Atlanta no bebem. So introduce Paul Pogba and as a Jordi Edison Cavani about the count, create more weight in attack and tore the flanks. And only Juma Olugona such a bear in the second half and said Juma prove a master stroke for him in the second half. Marcus Rashford, Abrante almost gifted on that first goal, and then again Abrante friend Harry Maguire after struggling at the back against Morel said onuntu timi babenya that equalizer for them. And who else? Cristiano Ronaldo getting the goal for them in the last minute. Said I wish Senka menya sa save na David Gia etimi no run Tony ebetimi ayediama. So it was a save, a double saver. So betimi enya sa save no, and David Gia clearly is back to his best. So watching us, you save in here. But football, the interesting part is that we don't celebrate saves. And no assessing a saves be in Juve game. No Claudino the ball shot. Said you say we born one here because any move. But here poor game, nobody's talking about him. David Gia a double save. Said you, but nobody talks about it.
I'm for double save no no ball no a baniso. And your ball be on dive or baby baby all now be boy in Nigeria and at the second shot so bad so no block way. And you be Adam for
so positioning, timing, decision making, and anticipation. Yes.
You jana na ipakono bono. Na second na yirisu be jana no bobo.
Ya didn't know one ko no jina ho. And the timing, positioning, anticipation, decision making a key when it comes to goalkeeping. Inti na smart as so jina ho na nyo obi na betimi jina ho save ball no. Obi ho obi jina ho aye be hye no. Hwe Vinicius Junior go na o hye no said o. Eminim Tony Emma sa go no. Na hwe bia na goalkeeper na jina ba the ball na afa ho hye no. Inti for me David Gia was astounding. And Enra on they prove the master stroke. I'm a game in jina 2-1 before Harry Maguire Babetikana, Ama Ronaldo did that last minutes laugh, no. Eddie met my friend in Manchester United. And only had the Manchester United for FA said you look at this. Not sure baby. After taking those players on, no, baby a goalkeeper. And one of the fashion. Yeah. Oh, but we also buff. Oh, but then I said, then I'm fam. We to fast I'm talking about the positioning. Positioning in America. Okay. I'm not talking about the technique of Vinicius. I'm talking about the positioning here. Right. It's David De Gea, he's back to his best. Alisson is back to his best. Manonoya was all over the place. And you share how these goalkeepers ever compete with Edouard Mendy. The English teams again, so you Liverpool that first, Manchester United that first, Man City that second, Chelsea that second. Compare them to the Spanish team. Barcelona that so that say Real Madrid that first, Atletico Madrid that second, Sevilla that second. Germany for no compare them. Dortmund that second, Bayern that first. But again, the English teams continue to be a standout compared to their peers.
Okay. This one, I'm no man for to be waste time. Okay. Yes, I can busa assembly FA na o kasa wo ya na ka fancy me e dey aba. Time so later me busa. Awa Mohammed Marimra ho na ma here be dey be fa no pay.
Yeah, Sergio eno na Gianni Infantino editu just say the FIFA Club World Cup no ye dey akọ 2022. Initially na there was a plan say ye be stage the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, which was around June, July, ewo China. Nanka omobe tinimu, omobe increasing numbers, from 8 to about 24. Said ebeya ebema kwai ama some clubs. Ebia Europe benya about 5 or 6 slots. Na ebia Africa nya about 3 slots and the likes. But Sergio enumu na COVID by near suspended various tournaments. Even AFCON was suspended. European Championship was suspended. The Summer Olympics was also suspended. And then Sergio ebe affected the FIFA Club World Cup. Nanka ebe staging with China ebe increasing the numbers now 24 no. So enumuna esaba say be return back to said yes na said the various continents nebo e declare omo champions near their kwakobo. But Sergio nanka Japan eba be hosti. Even Olympic Games are mostly there were people I saw the Japanese government disagree because money say as a COVID no still and there's been a 5th wave of COVID at Japan. Say Japan abai ayi ni say free say on team still competition. Initially Brazil, Qatar, and later on South Africa also declared their interest. Some of them will still the competition. But say Joe Nina came for now. All these countries are declaring intentions to host the FIFA Club World Cup no. Ye maso. Ye dia kwa koma UAE. And Sergio, problem I want to say up till now, some of the confederations are yet to declare their champions. For now, Oko Konkakafa, Club America, any Monterrey, finals I say so mobo. Before say be declare the CONCACAF champion. By no final no omobe bono 28th of this month ya no. Osa ko CONMEBOL bebia Brazil ni Argentina mo omonso omo final ese so omo between Flamengo and Palmeiras omonso bebo omo de 27th of next month. And then AFC the Asian champions are Al Hilal any Pohang Steelers of South Korea and Super Bowl finals. So Sergio we mo nyanya declare mo champions is Africa yewo Nadia Lali, Europe yewo Chelsea, and then Auckland City FC from New Zealand and Oceania Football Federation declare so monko represent you and Al Jazeera obabe will still the competition for UAE. But Sergio, FIFA presidency competition early 2022. Ehonomu yebenya AFCON. So imagine how will a problem be solved between Nadia Lali and Egyptian Football Association. So mube release you players akwakobo AFCON. Quite apart from that, there are some of the clubs African people are I think say na problem ne be arising. If they can push it to around late February and now March mono, but then time say you now UEFA Champions League so no so continue. I think say na problem no. I thought say if these people declare champions within this year, they have to continue the competition. Said you're born in December said the BIS no, because by December now all these 3 confederations are declare champions no ma declare but a early part of 2022 you were AFCON ball and a honum ebenya problem pa especially the Egyptians are Nadia Alali Beba representing Africa and so the Egyptian national team no, most of the key players dominated by the Zamalek and the Nadia Alali squad. So imagine a tough war that is going to be between the EFA and the Nadia Alali setup no ahead of the FIFA Club World Cup and I think said that's the problem where honum. And Sergio Enwa Vice President Dr. Baumia Ekachere Patrice Motsepe say almost strengthen the CAF interclub competitions. Now you're making it financially rewarding. Sergio, where are the amount for bosswa amount for can once Sergio in 2015 TP Mazembe spent $5 million. They won the competition and they had only $1.5 million from CAF. So you could see say there is $3.5 million. Want me even break even. So imagine say benya sponsorship both the CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup. So bit me win here. Maybe a Champions League will be winning benya $10 million. You could imagine how the competitions are going to be faring. In this instance, sikasem kosro, and in this case, no clubs no benya sika etmia maintain your players on the continent. It's due to these financial issues na debia ubewusep yenya player exodus in Africa. And so Sawasha picture Patrice Motsepe buy no. Or see he wants to make sure say benya some of our best players plying their trade on the continent. Back in the days, not best of the African players, no, now they were playing on the continent. It was later on around the 80s, getting to the 90s, and yenya player exodus. You say some of our best players were moving across Europe. But omo person mu increase the numbers in terms of yebenya quality players omo see omo kan e Africa. I think say that's the way to go. As I said, promote to name sponsorship no be so in both the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup. In this case, no clubs no be nyeska etimi maintain Alalali can afford to buy a player for about $4.5 million, but they win Champions League and they are being given about $1.something million. So it tells you say Sikasemno ever form. I think say it's one of the things that will be the way through. If yetmiyenesa ebe buapa say washa Patrice Motsepe akase the inter-schools Pan-African competition obe pese obe promote on the continent. Already the Patrice Motsepe Foundation a donate a $10 million seed money edia to say the babeye nwejuma. And they sponsor how the Pan-African inter-schools competition because and I think the same should also go to the CAF interclub competitions where a month for another clubs no ska mo bonu benyeska etimi maintain your players etimi tio mo kaye na no so avoid the player exodus of having our best players moving across Europe and then leaving the continent. So in 2008 Mohamed Aboutrika was a standout performer. By the African best footballer of the year, no, Eddie Koma Adebayo. Among for Bibre RSG questions. This was because of the fact that Adebayo was playing straight the EPL Arsenal. That was the reason why he was given the best player, because Mohamed Aboutrika was a standout performer in the Egyptian team that won the CAF Champions League, and also a very good performer in the Egyptian team that won the AFCON here in Ghana here. But the African best footballer of the year team and ninina so kan we must kasem ebe doso na ye ba clubs na bo na competition na kosoro na sikasem ba na omutimi break even kra ebe boa dan se de bia omoboka eno ase je Super Falcons mo my dear eno yentimi
ma adie
yeah
wow so many sad disagree na wasaka
no mo she 2-0
yeah.
But no, Sergio.
Sina goals since Krasi Bantam. Na him say Ibabe.
Yeah, but I think say your goalkeeper ni Fafalish or Oyadie after conceding the 2 goals, no. Yet, but no mo keeper no so Chiamaka Nadozi o yi boss be power. Chiamaka Nadozi.
Anu ye dey.
Meka Nigeria goalkeeper no.
Ah, okay.
O yi boss be Priscilla Dubia Bobobi. Ena Grace Asante wansu Bobobi. By now, you have to credit the Nigerian defense. Ohale and Onomi Ebi, I think that these girls did very well. They were able to stand out the pressure from Priscilla Dubiamo. And I think that Chiamaka make very important saves that kept the Nigerians in the game. Previously, I know Mutashe Bibri 5-6, but I think that we were able to hold our fort. And the question is how we are going to equal the 2 goals, you know, Ewaha. Game no Sunday ya basu ya Sunday ya Accra Stadium. So how is the likes of Grisa Santuamo, the likes of Adubiamo, Nina Noshimo, the likes of Jinete Jirimo. How are they going to reply the Nigerians back after losing the 2-0? And this was a game, Francis Odega and then Kalu Uchina. This girl, she scored the 2 goals for the Nigerians. And Waldrom, their coach was very impressed with the performance. And I think we were able to stand our own. After conceding the first goal in the 24th minute, 4 minutes later we conceded the second. But I think girls need to maintain or more composure. I think losing 2-0. You better how you better me reply or more. Say free man.
Nigeria.
3-0.
Ghana, Nigeria, any team be a tall order. But,
a tall order, but yeah.
Into me, yes, Morocco, Ghana, into me, Sanso now,
Australia,
World
2023,
Women's Football
World Cup,
whole World Cup, no, Ghana, into me, and Kobe, into you see a World Cup in Australia, there.
SSA, you
Morocco, African Women's Championship now. Is it me Nigeria for free?
We Nigeria from Sukra another hurdle.
No, but we ain't clear with me.
Yeah.
They said the person called Katay.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a clear
Ethiopia,
South Africa, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe hurdle. No. Sound that the next phase.
One. Yeah.
Let me alcohol. What do you ain't clear with me?
Heading.
Okay. Question I'm saying Busa no. I'm saying Marija Tenya Mai. Okay. No babe Morocco. Work of Morocco. Say never to 2 man there or struggle or hopper say to 2 man feeding to 2 man with my baby check a crack at the Amaya Sadia then Busao Ditma Haman Liverpool defender as somehow the two just say Naby Keita or no Nema Thomas Lima and the Yao Felix on fan who share 2 goals no against Liverpool Atletico Madrid and the only good enough for Liverpool. The level, no, we don't know Liverpool level.
Sergio, this is
Naby Keita.
Yes. He's a flop at Liverpool.
Yeah.
This is a player. Leipzig for New Bundesliga, no.
Yeah.
He was one player Niban Hopa. It is our check in recent times. He was the first player within their pool of talent. He was Naby Keita. It was Timo Werner, Konate Kamsin, Dayo Upamecano, Michel Sabitzer, and then Yusuf Paulson. Players on my team here, Kipu Omo, Daniel Omo, and then Emil Forsberg.
Okay.
Until Naby Keita was highly rated in the German Bundesliga. And in that season, I know they believe Liverpool. No, report to Basse, so I'm Liverpool and Copa Bayern.
The kind problems are or the Leipzig.
Yes. But after joining Liverpool, what team deliver? He hasn't. For 3 good seasons, on team a mainstay and on a consistent position within the Liverpool midfield. It has been Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, James Milner comes in, or Gini Van Adium. And you know, being say Gini Van Adium, a co-idea, Nanka Kwamudao, but Katie Jones and Macquine. In this game, it was Fabinho, it was Jordan Henderson, James Milner, Naby Keita at the third choice midfielder. The technical abilities any in doubt. So Krabona who's on your ball, but the level of consistency in your problem. So your game no boy no crepe woman say goes no consider and it was Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip.
Okay.
I can't blame Naby Keita. And again, the current trend of football and players no mobile. I don't think that the is so exceptional. But the only problem is that Naby Keita intimate consistent like Henderson, intimate consistent like James Milner with a few opportunities that will come to him, intimate consistent like Gini Van Adium, intimate consistent like Nabeya Brandt Fabinho midfield, and the last few games Curtis Jones. He gave them a cracker that go no say the next but in all Naby Keita and Modibono intimate saw any for Liverpool. I can't blame him for the goal that they considered. I'll blame Virgil van Dijk and then Beckham has said AS4 score players or Mama no have also 0. Se coin of us so penalty no. Said you. Yet this should go. How do you blame Naby Keita for this goal? Brandt no. Yes. Sadio Mane clan. Yes. So go nimi. Matip was the last player who was supposed to clear the ball, and I want one thing unclear. So how do you blame Naby Keita? You can say he's a flop. since or joining Liverpool, but the reality is that game where lose winning there goals no consider no boy. You can blame other players, but you can't blame Navigator alone. Defenders need no Van Dijk na spectator ejina ho a Griezmann de Bonafan ho akwakoba. So they shouldn't blame Abranti FN and Navigator again. Didi Haman wasn't an exceptional player until Joe or me as we or no exceptional. Now exceptional Obasanjo Minkasa. No, for you to say a player is not good enough. Yeah. Liverpool are not parading Luka Modric, Casemiro and Toni Kroos in their midfield. This isn't the midfield of Mascherano, Xabi Alonso, Steven Gerrard midfield. No. But what I'm saying is that Abranti by India our ball drew Liverpool level. Umiana no because no daddy. No what David. You know what you know they come where you from. And that's America. And that's America. Oh tonight. Man, you mean you know we know they are saying come where you from. I don't know where now so David. Marcel no they come where we are Liverpool. World Cup final. Yes. Yes, America. Me say, for you to say a player is not. What's your counting to the moment about me told you I said not trying to make cano. What they are trying to make cano. Me not say we are can. They didn't come as him. So as a mother number born and go out to me. What man? Yes. No, Minka said you can't what Timmy count. Minka said so Bobo drew him. No, they may say he wasn't Minka drew him. May say he wasn't an exceptional player. Minka said. Montrado kind of mammy. There must have kind of Macao. They know them. Oh, them said me. One I don't know 2 minutes. Okay, count. It's the American say Navigator. Or by an performance and why on and off. I remember his brilliant performance against Crystal Palace. Go say contender for the goal of the week. But again, he will need to do more. Said the Bay Liverpool made for them. Obey Team Yasti. And that's a Tegua Cantaraba, Nakati Jones Neba, and Hobecher and so between the Biabo. But the reality is that goals never in the day. You can't blame Nabikita, but rather blame Matip, blame Sadio Mane, and blame Virgil van Dijk. All right. That my Moroccan colleague want to send a message in Arabic for you on Sunday's game. He's even bet with me by paying coffee for a week if Hearts of Oak eliminate them. He said they will score Hearts of Oak by 4-0. Wow. And anyway, every Modena, Italy, and so Abre me. Okay, Italy. I was in the colleague be a whack of Morocco. I support that the on in the world jumum. Nasma on no air can say so hard to folk it me eliminate waka. It was a hot cafe almost a who here. Yeah. But so the waka trouble. The guy won't magra. What is on COVID? Last 20 years. Okay, let's imagine 3 days off. So many years on Kralo. That time we Kralo All right. Come doesn't make say. Hey, coffee there. Obi invite you for coffee. Okoya de wa hama. Nothing no kwana beka. Adina no kwana beka. Bakwa beti bebre. Enya no beti baka different one. Adina ka Germany for very long time. Make venue. So okay ya. Ready to go book. Kublaje people kinipa. Enti eno so owo ready we abraham. Nti mbisira mo so the message ni the buy in Arabica. Our what my boy. You be translate it. Obotimi. Our or the message in the Arabic. What my kind watch them say. Arab there are some there are some Oh okay. Do be throw message. Work supporter. Throw message in Arabic. This is the comma. You be translate. This is Malam Farouk no.
Me am the best test on Madam Farouk no. Madam Farouk no bit my simple cry.
Awa no pity
me se bia.
Awa on the back aba. Ye Kwame. You bet me there to television. Okay, mami forward him row. Na Fako Kessben TV no so se sia mami. Na fi mo a moti Arabic no. Mo mfamre mi se sia na yenhwe. Or the one line abreme. Okay? Owo ka so onfa bebre mra. Work of Morocco supporter or the message in Arabic. Na fi Kwame diaba nti mo mfa to TV no so enche. Na fi yenhwe. Yenhwe local stories no kakra.
But you know, my same free say I am CAF president and Abe Piemu our mine Ghana Muha for 2 days and open Jumedian Koso our Kempiski Hotel one Bia one more Aquacusia Kofa Jumedion General where you bro Kusia the vice president of Ghana Dr. Baumia Yentien Komodia Koso about Dr. Musepe Okusia Baumia Yentien Komodia Koso.
Thank you very much. President Patrice Musepe and your lovely family. You are most welcome to Accra and to Jubilee House, which is the seat of the presidency. Your reputation, of course, precedes you, and we're very, very happy. First of all, you're 7 months in the job, but it's still not too late to congratulate you at this first opportunity to do so from our end. You know, I didn't know that you owned Mamelodi Sundowns, who we watch on TV quite a bit, and so it's very, very nice. And I think your election generally continent-wide, you know, there's been so much excitement about it because as a club owner, the clubs know that you understand their problems. And so sitting, you know, as a CAF president, you can help them. You know, so there is this quite excitement in that you have from your background. You have taken over the CAF presidency, and we're looking forward to big things because, I mean, what is very clear is that you're very committed, you know, to grassroots football development, and that is just, as I said, your reputation in that area precedes you, and since you've been in office, you've begun a number of reforms, you know, which we are very excited about. First of all, let me congratulate the Musepe Foundation for your $10 million donation for the Interschools Africa Pan-African Interschools Championship, which we think is just fantastic. It just shows this personal commitment that you have. Also, the introduction of the Women's Club Championship, which we have been following very closely from Ghana.
You've got good women.
Yes. You know, our zone, Hazaka's ladies, won our zone, and we are very, very hopeful that they could come back from Egypt with the cup. so we're really looking forward to that, you know, and I think we are very, very excited. One of the things I would like to see, because the Africa Interclub Championship, you know, for the clubs is not very financially rewarding, and they are very, you hear, you know, we'd like to see it strengthen a bit and see how we can bring about some financial benefits from participation, because the clubs are generally weak anyway financially. So I think it will be very, very nice. But generally speaking, I think CAF has done well. If you look at the finals, the African Cup of Nations, we started with 8 countries going, and we moved to 12, moved to 16, now we're at 24. I mean, this is really very good because, as you know, our continent is football crazy.
When I saw my president and my brother, I said, we are home. Ghana has a very special place in our hearts. We flew in from LA. And then from Los Angeles, and when we are finished here tomorrow, because I have to perform some of my duties as well. We'll be going back to LA. Yeah, wow. They will be going back home, but I'll be going back because But just my wife and son were saying, if you go to other parts of America or of the world, we wouldn't mind. But Ghana, we are coming with you. You're not going to go to Ghana without us.
Oh, excellent.
I was saying to my brother, when we were young boys, at age 5, 6, we didn't know where Ghana was.
Right.
But we heard about Kwame Nkrumah.
Right.
And Mandela was in jail. Right. And we were told that these may be very difficult times, but our brothers and sisters on the continent are with us.
Absolutely.
And the inspirational words of one of the most outstanding leaders from one of the most special countries in Africa gives hope to all of us. And that's why when we come here, there's a deep emotional bond, emotional talent we have amongst the youth. One of my responsibilities as well is to come in a humble way under the leadership of my brother Kurt here, to implement strategies and plans to ensure that this uniquely talented country produces the best players in Africa, as it has proven over and over and over again.
Patrick Mosepe, the Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Bomia, Asian Kumudia, Etimi Ekoso, and Nonom. Yet, also other issues that the Black Queens of Ghana, African Cup of Nations qualifies, and a Koboye, and Kuye and Famaye, Ghana, Yane Nigeria, and a boy Nigeria share 2-0, Ghana, Yentimi Ante. Shannon so sa return leg no ebebaso ewo Ghana October 24th Sunday and a return leg no ebetimi abaso ewo Ghana na January man so yade results epie mu nie Algeria 14 Sudan 0 Angola 1 Botswana 5 Niger 0 Ivory Coast 9 until I say Africa no, some of the countries no a bomb modie par resource no a dosum, but the Black Race of Ghana in your Lucy and so I will game one ye koboye and so I will be my so but return like no a basso the nende and so I will home. Yen to us other issues. Yako Division 1 Super Cup and as a finals no air basso den between Tama Youth, Women Sky FC and a airball and a semi-finals no second semi-final game no etimi Ebas Accra Lions or me Biano Sky FC Shom Kabako Women Timmy Ante Nasa Tama Youth and then Sky FC do the finals of the Super Cup Division 1 for ye organize a day amo Yantoasom I want some fruit from Yanko Ash Gold Asway Ice Code is also in Shisham at the tour weekendy and then one mobile vacancy, one medical MBC abo. Then on Sunday, one more at Tukain, Ako a sing for su, Nafe, Wamakobo and Kofakensi or woman a sing for su missionaries and a quacobo. Way and Shishia Ice Code aye, Wamako Saturday, Wamubon Saturday we are. Now, Omoko Saturday, Sunday, and Ombabo Sa and Kufa Akensiano ahead of Ghana Premier League so far. Aka 9 days, Nafe, Aka 8 days na Ghana Premier League, and so Airbaso. Kumasa Sante Koroko, far away in Dubai. Wamosoba and Kufa Kensie and ne 8:45 p.m. Dubai time, 4:45 p.m. Ghana time, and I'm ready to do so many La Liga HPC. And a bebo, when so Kumasia Sante Koroko, preseason in Pempenswa, and also Echo. Yanko Diana Stars, one so prepare Diana Stars and so copiemu or Beposo, and the Diana Stars copy General, Diana Stars Akensiano, and a Echo Sonabra, woman Asikem, and so in the Shia, na match easy. Beposo no, Abra, Diana Stars, and Asikem. Kushia hono na general match ni endi 2-2 and a game ni endi Diana she 2 and Asikem and Sushi 2.
Now, we do have goals.
Goals in our room. During discussion, she be bringing to know.
I say one run commentary crowd and the Ebuya. Okay,
say the truth. The general 2-2 and a game and the first goal near Asikem for after the game. No, Emmanuel Jemfi Osiakani Mediana Stars or Asikem for nominal Mobono at the Mubo Premier League side. Or team very very strong into aboa wo mu Aduana Stars ye papa yenti nsem a Emmanuel Jemfi e de to Jabra game ne ba na wie
ka mbese me Emmanuel Jemfi go no
okay
okay.
So
okay
Jemfi so no ti Jemfi yenti Jemfi so
It was a great game today because as a team of Mutimi Kutabo, and this has been my first match. I'm saying I'm not Aduana, but maybe when you said the tempo was high, just like it's Premier team. In the here, I meet Mike. I say, do Aduana matches are my hobby, but this very game here high intensive. Mofra born and I'm managing hope because they could either play for Premier teams because it's just the name said that was second division. They played a team ball. A very good team, and then it's a great test for Aduana Stars. The secret has been my prayers because and then the training I do for myself. Because of here, though I was studying the game, now I heard the way I'm and I could see guys not press high, so we needed a player who beat me this with a film. So now I study game. That is why when I came in, making good use of every chance here at Kakra. Well, yeah, but I say a boy home doing league. Now matches be able to win it. Definitely, yeah, league, because of here, teams are also preparing, and then we wish to help our team to achieve the aim.
Emmanuel Jemfi to Jabra game and so Ebana Yentie coach Asarbediako wants the coach Aduana Stars.
Two sides in especially home team Omaya the impressing me say omni premier neighbor but through. Oh, now yeah, so say preseason the room and share them more tough match because the first testify anyway. So the other night him say you be share. Upon say consider Facebook and him say you be share but football there, football for you. 2-2. Game me a very nice game. More very good facility. Excellent park. Just football I won't say come on. Baby I one afraid be a reserve. The only thing is once you start the league, and the problem be any time. But time be afraid be a bit masaba. But any time we be a show. Next time you be a show. Yeah, prepare so what could you league. Instead you be a can also so you prepare you pass the start the league now bit me. Abo ni ni team wins not the league. Well, all say first half, my players and say omo make so man direct but we so second division for until instructions be the moment me and carry out but second half no more ban here say no say na was here until you the bad game no munchi on the city no munchi.
Someone coach Asarbediako coach edema Aduana Stars doma PSA one also the two Jabra game ne ba na wie Samson coach edema Sikem je no no so kasa yenti ensem one so the two Jabra
I say the match first game I no abo any and unfortunately I say play game no omo yade and the council omo Premier League team and maximum respect I say the more as a second division team I say the more but performance your call interview one of the radio station I just 90 minutes national and so bet me and say no boss we win and 90 minutes in so and PR no bet ya me I said they were kind me dey yam fan say omo ya dey na say the game first half you lose one or two things bia omo ani feel so bet me e dey ahoden and game no you more opportunity no better na enkwose dey sipe no I would say the match, a little bit of some tactical mistake.
Woman so echo boy free no. General yento some other issues. Say you copy more dance pack baby ni baby Gold Stars and Super Bowl Mackenzie. Na general almost so renovations no wo me ko manim ye papa almost pitch no level edunie baby ni Gold Stars and Super Bowl more. Anti omo pitch no say na say aye obeka maybe China esu nyina brown but say dey ekonanim pa mo ye renovations around the stadium ni nyina omo say dey hoping say omo be wie before league no me jina dey hwia so akasa pitch ne ana edu da bia
yes, Mukucha, you pay HD pictures.
High definition.
Yes. Nice, from quality. Oh, but was a boom green? Come on, in Gaza's had it you. A boom green, come on, and so, boys, you could answer and say, baby. Yeah, that was you, baby.
But you know, at least so call it say at least yeah. If we go around for
agrees here.
Yes, at least yes.
I was a teacher as well. Who's no one be any man, they have plans.
Oh, normally, and I have been no crepa, we know, see, and normally, no, a task football must say as a Joanna did say, no chasness and you know, all right, and a tie come at least, and your crown is better than say,
put it to your place in my
General dance park, and so, and no situation say, and the CTM has a book, General Moko, on the Emirate Air. And then you mray and a togbe after the tradia mom nipa 48 and a has a deco 48 no omudi of bed 30 players and they make a trip no omuso minim person be kwakodru na se players in your covid players say in your covid na for munya replacement and into ma for more players and make a trip no togbe se omon franco into say Emirates omoko Dubai from Dubai to Raja Casablanca nafi to Casablanca for Akensi no nanka Genoa mo de Maroc na konenso Maroc disappoint mo return no akoy problem e dia momo enu ntina togbe ayensan hihye we e dia to mo Randy Vuka omunyina is on board a wo make trip ni bi sene so some Mr. Ransford Abbey or Ghana Football Association executive council member no on has for afano as leader of delegation I would the team name amometem make it trip Legon City's team Rajeno Bembo Ayaba Nina Sabre was so investment oye obobo kunuma general is too much investment oye no e team nima and fact bia resource bia and sanso bo so tenase if be 2 years we be so team num sika wo de wura team nima general e ha dwinye papa yes de atwa ne nsu num kra ye Victorian Adebayo na has I ready e man 10,000 Abrantina Jatum so Bababo Omutia na
10,000
10,000
USD.
My boy.
Okay.
Diomutia se Legon City Sabim 30,000. No me de koma Victoria de Baro General Ankoye Omokofa Visopoku or Jessica Boom Ankoye Obe Twitter place be brace Kadia Momoa Ujidi se baby Sikano Ekika Kono Ade Haji Papa you should just only to be a meeting na omo discuss football and our church in the situation of Legon Cities no I can't be general for the past months no omuntimin to a place in Kano and so I was Sikano Osia Kwa Emba Sikano Kono Edoso Dodo and only somewhere a free and so Eba already medias go dinner to that but the fancy general fancy time no Copa 11:20 something.
We are not serious about women's football at all. Our opponents, Nigeria, were playing high-profile matches with Jamaica, Portugal, and USA, while the Black Queens were at Pram training. If we can't do women's football, no one is forcing us. We can stop it rather than disgracing ourselves every day. Akuya Boatma, Lampard, and Eddie Way, and so Ebre Yen. Malambawa, Audophobia, I say, the audience from a year book room Zongo. Now, to say, Joe, the Vice President Baumia launched protest against the Angolan referee who handled the match between Hartlepool and WAC, as I said yesterday. Audophobia. My uncle America, ma'am, King Solo, good morning. I say, boss, I'm watching you live for the first time at my workplace with my big brother, Mr. Tete. We're watching you live. Oh, okay. Who are you, America? And I'm watching you live. Solo, yeah, that's it. I mean, called DD. I come out in senior high school. Now, YNTA, they also the airby. Initially, when I watched Mr. Keto Kreku's meeting with our referees, I thought he was talking in the midst of some youth players. Sincerely, how our GFA boss was unconsciously turning and talking with his hands pocketed wasn't good enough. But I think a meeting between our football head and our Premier League referees must be considered very official. Good enough, he did the needful later by removing his hands. Also, I'm here to understand how Mr. Keto Kreku became very courageous enough by warning and threatening some referees that he is still owing Same referees is still owing with sack over 10 months. You can't beat a child and expect him not to cry. So African leaders must learn how to talk with some level of diplomacy. Wow. Victimization is never a good attribute of any dynamic leader. He can talk casually whenever he is not on camera. That's my humble advice to him. Happy birthday to Naik Kessben Sports and next on our way and so Didi and the way are Brian. All right, Midibesia na yashe de Marijata
General.
As a watch it. Na ekwesi you would be a big kakra.
Yeah, sure. Which church kakra.
Dia na obere.
Unse adia den so be a dream ho say has of okay you work and the free Mohammed defeat stadium.
Okay.
E see when is one na show. But general bi mo bi amanasi.
Okay.
Satif ayebi.
Okay.
Ali ayebi and
wow, okay, North Africa.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
I want to run man. And a Kaiser they are south.
Oh, south also especially.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to be used to Kaiser sample no.
Okay.
Now they are kasaka crack. House folk should be very much compact. Doable. So make me you work a film. But general, it needs a very, very good plan. I said make me a film. That said, any manager general best set up a tactical formation. It's either say or cover for weakness, now expand it or strength. As against the weakness of the opposition, or a formidable established plan out the ball. For instance, Pep Guardiola 4-3-3 no now I established. Oshemo Piqué only pace, but the system no cater for any pace in a general only no. Yeah, Kai na no Amate, yeah, born a right full back. Based on the fact that right full back position is a weakness, so Amate should cater for that. And back Roma, you say has folk element of Vuka, some on Konenim because of Konenim, it would rather serve as a weakness to that team.
Okay.
So some of what you going over now, I think it says so general to me set up here no. He has a chance to qualify. Turn him on screen so how Kaiser is still very much compact. Omu deny every single space. But general, I did back when Tanya be say he analyze fouls. So waka it's a so analyze fouls. Against Kaiser, Osha work a setup a general money coy no. For instance, you bet me analyze the Kaiser side and also Tonimo and hold on. Now yeah analyze Kaiser team no our screen so I'm gonna check it to be. Now share the formation the 3-4-1-2 system no yeah Juma against work Mukrumono based on the fact that board Daniel Cardoso in a back three system Eric Matoho and as Yabonga in Gazena. These were the three centre backs at general ball with Chiromo. For no Obenya plays Yagan Sassman, Obenya Benapaka, senior man, 35-year-old Benapaka, or no any Cassandre Uwelat. These are the two players at General Mo Ebon Finfio, and of course Benya Reeve Frosler up front. No Benya player friends say in Jabulo Blom. That man is undoubtedly good. Only hold down the system between the midfield and of course the attack. No Benya Nukovic, Same, that player no ninya that go no Edimomo, and of course Leandro Castro from Colombia. LED line alongside players Amabo Mudino, and that was the formation at Kaiser Edi Remu Ewo Mohammed defeat Stadium General and Mokopeke 1-0 at the qualifier. In that semi-final, very tough, but Umbo play no analyzes certain situations a course to game. Has a folk one would have to struggle mentally. Two, tactically, they would have to sacrifice so many things, especially the offensive game. No matter try say, so on the attacking work for it should be around 30%, but 70% of the game they would have to defend. So we shall work. I'm gonna build it out with a back four. So Kaiser, in a 4-4-2 setup, just two players are leading line in Leandro Castro and then Nikovic Same. So Osha midfield now. One player from work always on the leading line. So we say anytime Biano that Kaiser for us it is so much deep with a diamond midfield now Omeja Same and Nikovic up front. But one thing I may analyze what that game say Kaiser always kept many players behind the ball. So with three options within the area of Kaiser, look at how many players Kaiser are dropping in their own area, and we are talking about compatibility, how they keep spaces out within Kasa area. So it's either one man on another or two players on one player. and the baby send the ball very much crucial area. Kaiser made sure say they always kept many men within the area. But general, you know, Taka was say, stay very deep and compact. But one of the occasions, once another work BT line, but once the second ball on Eshara and Kubabia, and yet whack any chance in Impono. Kaiser make sure somebody dropping 4 players. Our Mwankasa area, always trying to stay very much compact within the area. But one thing I mentioned was say, even out wide, they catch them about width and expansion, and that is work. I'm born in our change. No matter try some send it about area for the second and then the third balls to be dealt with. But Kaiser as Kaiser is still very much compact, trying to wipe up every space within the area. So look. At this particular situation, work our set piece, but every member from the outfield team, general area, or try say or best buying. So at this point, Osha say Kaiser are dropping about 6 players in their own area. Even within the outside area, there's somebody all pressed there or Babebo short, and that is the sort of compatibility general can say has folk and look on to the watch around 22 minutes. After an hour work, sorry Kaiser and your chance, general. Around 22 minutes, and even in the 4 back, and it tries to general that ball, pushes 6 players across the final third. So back into the defensive third of Kaiser team, almost a whack always. They try to go out wide, no matter try some negotiate to other area, but as always, now my friends at Kaiser always are planting 4 players behind the ball, but the box room it is 2-on-2 within the area. This is what Hasfolk has to do. Always someone wipe away every single space within the area. Other than that, boss are general betting send the and this is a team averagely or sending 15 crosses and sign a game, general IND. And this is the reality. About sending more crosses about, and the more crosses in a wait me fouls, wait me committing errors, penalties, as so and out wide me can once beam. So Kaiser air press it, but on a circumstance, I don't 2 players a goalkeeper name. There is a passing option for the ball holder, but those players, at this point, there's a come step it out a bit close, But this is one of the few occasions work it will create chance, even with 3 options within the area. Counting number of Kaiser players or box room, yet they got connection to this ball. And so to be fan in the agro. As around 26 minutes, general no must send 12 crosses. Around 26 minutes, 12 crosses, averagely the same 15 crosses as on a game 9 day. And so Kaiser dropping 4 players inside their own area, and I'm spread it method thread and I'm put 1 player out wide. But work very intelligent. They always want to maneuver their way through. No matter sending those crosses at their core. Apart from crosses, general. Apart from crosses, work a struggle. They do really struggle. So we deny them from sending long balls. So this situation, and a man Kaiser any that chance. So you have about 4 players as surrounding Kaiser player, but they were not pressing the player. I'm gonna put pressure behind so. And look at how Kaiser turned it down. The work a back line of 4, and this was the only goal. It me you in that semi-final, and that is Samuel Nikovic. That player no go no. Somebody will say offside, but General America can want them say call worker referee officiating decisions. First of all, let's talk about the linesman. Is he aligned with the last line of defense, which is no, but Ojibo will say offside. Now let's check the line. Is Samuel Nikovic off or not? He's not offside, but Bono linesman no Ejibono. So had it not been for the fact say VAR General come foul.
Yeah.
Satono ko chika krabia maya kbe me de pa refereeing decisions we bit me about
North Africa.
North Africa. So first of all, that is a linesman up there. Onye drew baby so ye manimpo, but Ojibo we say offside. But Samuel Nikovic onside, big onside. That ball, and it doesn't really happen. So Hasfolk can fashion should be original. Also no. Line beat it. But Ojibo it can never no in a bad bay and for the Kaiser for a Kayajibo.
But Obisuba Casasa way a BT Europeans in the
yes.
We are in the bomb. Some says also the yeah, but our Bundesliga no or EPL no La Liga, whatever. Yes. Only yes, who said General? We are in the same room. And it's Africa and
who said who analyze error? Your error be on a big error. You will can't be forgiven. It will be the slightest of errors.
Okay.
But should be a linesman will say General will pay a flag. the first question you ask, and I say, is he aligned with the last line of defense? Which is slow, but we'll pick a flag, you know. And so the reality and the generalization of the whole analysis, and they say, Whack would always attack you from the width, and almost crosses a general, almost send it. So turn come and to a binian Casimua. Make want some say fouls. So this is it. Player now share blue tower minimum and try to be close space. Or try to be creative block. Now general analyze it, we say fouler. These are certain situations, and even a foul, concentration should still be at 100 because referee or allow play on after that foul. And it's why a backline that's play second. No, already decided game. No, so this is it. Fouls, has for and taken into much consideration if they really want to stay in the game. Referee GBB just as they did here, no must stay very much composed, but 50-50 balls. 20 ball played on the ankle. They should be very much careful because this ball is not a foul, but referee SRGT Kaiser for. But they had their goal to sail through, and over different angle to this situation. And one was a player one cannot yet referee has stage your ball no editor. Now look at the other angle. Clearly monitor this and find out say general a foul and answer or more unfoul, and the area in question is very much key because I can at you and a command is no babono at your show. That was no foul. The second one and I was within the area they felt say even dropping 3 players behind the ball, no more try somebody win the ball we say no. Now I'm up say referee edge foul and as a penalty at the moment. Now analyze this situation. Say has to folk players and stay very much careful. These are the little details of the game. General ebetimi about yomo. So yeah, Yusu Kaiser sample no edi akasa and nyame admo china general minim say opese red game no say formation has folk ekoi and as a Saturday formation betimi dey awura wax stadium no ye ni ho komo kakra but for now no I think has folk planning on this game. First of all, they should think about fouls as against them. And some are very much careful. Okay. And then from up in play, referee never stop it. I'm gonna take care of referee never stop it. So they should work around set pieces. It should be their big advantage. It should be their big chance. But I'm going to BM up body at 2 from my best. All
right. I'm watching. Yes, but it's all day. Saturday. You know, they know every Marijata
General.
Yes.
Bank refi
bank bay
bank ma me ko
okay
say microphone see ya down no ehu
na what go bank na refi bank ko
say ma ko opposite multi credit or bank ma ho ya na me bar reverse omu gina me be gina hani house me PMS nko na say Joe
madam for be of blessed memory the bia se bi obekabia say or the Ikakafra, Kodubo Kakafra.
And you're going to put
the main case of the Sunday morning. And I is here now free Krumuba. They also all sweating. Chalehina, who free buyer, free bank never see you now. My almost in my fire, be up. Someone at the
Sunday
morning. Sunday. So, Chalehina, we friend, none of them. The place of Sunday morning, who is the bank member? He said, the beer was okay. Me too. Because I would end America. No.
Odoto Bri.
Sunday morning was the bank member.
I don't want security to share anything. You know, guys, are down.
All right. I think for the other guys, okay. It's Pamcho me the Arabic Nibigu Kessben TV no so. Yusuf, Sunday friend or Italy. My work supporter can see pa. And on the message, Akoma, Abrante Bakwefino Wu, Omunina or Modina. I'll say, had to folk to me eliminating worker, the cafe for 1 week over far. Okay? Because the Arabic first one of the buying any. Malam Farouk, more Kessben TV, more Facebook, more YouTube. Yusuf, ayo, they are sending me to see, I don't know. I see anything saying, that can be about what a man pre home who 40 but once I can work for us
with daddy chef Kani 40 inshallah
Sabra I be funny to what a mistake then what you Kessben TV
o say alwidadi setwadadi inshallah 40 inshallah say omo be alwidad be she has 40 inshallah te say nyame boa
okay
last one inshallah
okay Yusuf no what if more than Abrams is here. Enti others and mom and so I ready. Mon famra di na be kan. Malam Farouk, Betremo, Malam Farouk, Fawaz, Gruza, London, Sanso, and Zekov Mohammed Nom, Musa. Malam Farouk dear Massa. Meba. Malam Farouk Mr. Monkan is on Met TV. Na nema Abrante Church no, Arabic nkwa, ontimi ntro brofo no. Mickey others na ready amon famra ansa na yakofa ya commercial si ya ba na fe 7 mu no enso ye de abre mu nyina. Send ready so asisi ya ye kwaba ye ba ya de Arabic na de ba ye nyina mo bakan na machire ya se. Heart of folk. Nakupon bo akwesiada. Enya sem ketu akra. Ye ba sisi ya pamcho.
Legend in the game, Samuel Eto'o, was thrown his heart into the ring as say Obabe contested for the presidency of the Federation of the Cameroonian Football Association. Now, Sejo, Adia say only Nipa 9 Obabe contested, together with Seydou Mbonjoya, who is the current president of the FECAFOOT, Osani Emmanuel Mabuan, who was part of the 1990 squad, Julius Unana, and a certain football agent Ivochi. Now, Sejo Enwa was launching a manifesto. A 5-point developmental planner or the Babe develop the Cameroonian football. Now, Sejo, Cameroon has always been a football nation. They suffered a lot. Back in the days, your clubs are not the Bia Oba on the continent. They are the clubs. The Bia is so boom mudin. Woka continental club competitions. Canon Yaoundé, Tonere Yaoundé, Oryx Douala, and the likes. All these clubs were making it big. And you cannot talk about how the Cameroonians have done a lot when it comes to world football, especially at the World Cup. A typical example of what you cannot forget about what the indomitable Lions of Cameroon did at the 1990 World Cup. When they met the defending champions by going down two men in that day. Omunya 2 red cards. To defeat Argentina. From then, yenya decent performances on marching out, even winning the Olympic gold at Sydney after Nigeria winning in 1996 in Atlanta. And you cannot talk about all these performances without Samuel Eto'o. Obabe displayed a very good performance when he was at Barcelona, at Inter Milan. He is one of the African players to have ever won the Pichichi. Obeye biwo Inter Milan. After 45 years, going down the drain without a continental title when it comes to the UEFA Champions League under Jose Mourinho. And you cannot doubt the capability of Samuel Eto'o. Now, Sergio Ose, he wants to improve the governance of Cameroonian football. Governance of Cameroonian football, who say Tosini, who at that time how the Seydou Mbonjoya have been doing. Omosanya Issa Hayatu, who has been their man, who has been the CAF president since 1988 till 2017. Ahmad Ebeyi Nefrina from Yanoso. And also one of the things I think there needs to be improvement when it comes to governance in the Cameroonian football. And Sejo Adia Waka Edama Komasu, how he wants to mobilize and bring back the former footballers back onto the fold of Cameroonian football. Ohunu said there has been a link between the FECAFOOT and the old footballers. And also one of the things are affecting how to bring on a lot of integration and help improve the sport. Sergio Oko Cameroon. Average salary a Tiama player or ball league honum almost 36,000 CFA franc. Change about $54 or so. Ohun say sponsorship need the Cameroonian league. Ntiama clubs in Nisika $54.
Yeah.
average salary.
Monthly salary.
Yes. Of Cameroonian
$54 per month.
Yes. Me share CFA franc figure no, and I'm converted by dollars.
Okay, what it was.
This is the average, but even though there are some teams are mutia kakra and ohunu say sponsorship any and what's a big telecommunication expert what telecommunication company is one of the things obetime using a link Ediababa bridge the gap between the corporate institutions and Cameroonian football. And Seju, you better how Samuel Eto'o will enter into the election. He's been a legend. What penny dues to football, both international scene and the local football for Cameroonians. And this is a legend in the game.
The Kenya and so Abremo. It's the first one there by Arabic now Yusuf Eddie Free Italy by and for House of Work and the work of Morocco game no hour. I didn't actually say others no Aban or Debo to a much medical crabby Abre Namo Amoja Kessben TV no our we so as say ban or deba a brand to a bit much trouble of one on semi and ne papa mo amoja no dear Nabe I feel dear Bill no this also bray. After this, outside the way swaba, dear Ben or dear Bay, okay, outside the way swaba, as was saying, Nina, okay, I want to more motion Kessben TV, more YouTube, Yadiano. A branch outside the way swab Mrs. Whack supporter backo, okay, the Okaya, the bit much chance, woman in Mosukakra, Namen call Franco Naruho. Na me hwese won seme no de tudwa na fe mu amo kan no won fanti mu no mre misisi ai fabre misisi a it was 055159993 055159993 na encheche mu kire amanfo teacher how to vote fans no now
yeah okay I have a couple of documents, but I think time and team go into it, so I will make my submissions without a document, and later I'll speak to the documents. First of all, my concern I'm Rizi and Sana Yeshe Jumedian Asen is me jitum say your league no Nyameya Aduma on the 29th of October na ye started Ghana League na Ushemwa so far one teshi was system in fact them penny for the league Congress ISO Mukono omode ashe 28th of October ade chi ya na almost start the league my dream said the Congress date and the date for the commencement of the league is too close because nyame mfa assembly bi ama na bibi se Congress na bibi nti ye ntime anwie ana bibi nti entima anya antum ana bibi nti ya anyi bibi antum a the next day are we starting the league or not? I also think that enema ebekoko so ewo Congress no say ebeji atum ana anye ntum no ebi ewo ha ebetimi affect how our clubs betimi aye omonema so I think say date na omode Congress ne share any a day later omo starting a league I think ebo too much and round almost send a Congress documents and my clubs and in fact there is a legislature say almost the same based on the national sports or the Ministry of Youth and Sports near the recommendations near the but my problem is that time omo they start a league any date omo they call Congress too close just here Congress and the next day we are starting the league. We are no free honoma. League 29th and 21st. So some 8 days away, Ghana League be started. I'm sure say nipa pa uminim say be started league or Ghana hano endorse. Now no kwasem say FA na nkasa eye omo competition. the organizers and the supervisors of our league, are not making conscious effort to promote it. First, our media partner, Star Times. And then, normally Star Times, I'm promoting league, nothing conspicuous. They're like, so my BBDA some of them. We are no free on man. We they follow GFA Twitter account. They follow even on more websites near day. You don't see clear case of efforts being made to promote and shape enthusiasm around the commencement of our league. The Omoye say you release league fixtures. By league fixtures and by Nakwakoda. I think the FA would have to up their game in terms of promoting the local game. If we ain't not say near man in the Honoma, near blaming Central for say, you can't amanonin some no do, as if you some no. Would the league fixtures but to no walk up a baby atna? A quiet day in Central for cover. So last season, clubs celebrate because you can buy in a Star Time sponsorship Kakrana or but then probably in Frema Metitenize Bia Omuko Congress now Omubeda package omu for this season they did their chromo sponsorship be omu hope is umbinya now manyano omuko kushia omu de number 2 manim. But I'm saying that the promotion around the league is still down. So yo and they and Kayana F in your media partners and the media partners no omu obliged to do certain promotions for the GFE. Not in return of my commentary or the products no more. My dream is saying uti Ghana League, any promotion all over the place. But we don't see it anywhere, no on TV, no on radio. I just send Central Nibi, pe onua ankasa, ne prayer or pay. Now or there can be big akra they are found. We want to sell our league, we want to generate funds and then share. According to the FA president per his campaign message. But I think, yes, in other aspects, they are doing very well. We share workshop, refresher courses. Our coaches, our mobile handle, your league, any other they are doing well in some way. But the effort to promote our league is extremely down. And I think FA would have to up their game. Sergio, Black Queens of Ghana, Ekudin Senseme. 2-0 and Nigeria for Edia Shomo and Yenrawo Mobulaji Johnson are in Lagos and Ghana Dim to return leg our cross post I think on Sunday. You were Jumaye. First of all, do be a problem kakra how we qualify who teams are Mobubo Ka Africa we Nigeria Nibian Kuwait Ghana. Yes, from kakra, but I still think that with the Ghana and Nigeria they are the one group for a qualifier. Let's see if we can turn the tides around. It's extremely difficult, but what can you say? We have to up the game. So James said,
Shehu Tijani was karat. If you was about said our kind and also at the first one no and said no the others never later no. And no, I just say, no more struggle on. Our crimes are most struggle. Also, on today, me a penny, any kind of ground to be kind. Young quite was. Oh, sir, yeah. Oh, yes.
Sergio, we are no free Honoma. Kumasi Asante is playing their last game against La Liga HBC, Dubai Sports City. And apparently this is their last game. Per schedule, they are supposed to return on the 22nd, probably tomorrow. I think after the 2 games, Muboye, in the 2 games scoring 1 goal, you want to see progress. So this game, yes, it's a preseason game, but I think if Kotoko could get a win in this particular game, it could boost the morale and the confidence of everybody. Report Anaminya from the camp, which is Amankona. The technical team, everybody is overwhelmed about the output of Amankona. Okay. I'm saying he's extremely super. Okay. And as a coach in the crowd, you say, it be obey to me, I drew a bono forward. Okay. They are missing Samuel Boache and Samuel Boatin, Okocha. Samuel Boatin. speaking to them, they think some 2 games no one. Also, some about 10 team now. The boy no turn from Future AFC. Abrante no better no coach. Want to me uncle because of problems with the passport and the visa, and they says they are missing him. The 2 Cameroonians have started with them, but from the report I had from a correspondent, they are a bit slow. But like I said the other time, Kotoko needs to have a little time for them.
All right,
for them to get integrated into the team schedule.
Okay, Naru. The show is live and clear at the city of Boussier in the Upper West region. I've been your regular listener, Godfrey Boussier, and so I've messages baby and if you more come for a Newton latte. The Masipa, a very joker. Nafi, I leave about the camera to also do me a new pepper now or the breaking news, and so I've
Kessben Sports.